Starting now? Oh, god damn it, it couldn't have been a worse picture at the time of start. Damn it. Ta-da. This thing is still terrible. Unnecessarily dramatic music to start with. Hold on. Yeah, I can live with this. Right, next up. View channel. The whole process to be able to see YouTube channel. Oh my god, I'm so loud. Yeah, no one have me set to that loud. It's very damaging. I don't mean physically, I mean psychologically. My brain is in shatter. It is in fragments after that. Burp jump scare is no joke. I hope that's not what it's like for you guys. Right. Yeah, 9.7. Okay. Let's go. We're working on the Badger. And I have a little bit of motivation, since apparently they are actually planning on adding Land Scepter. I swear to god, if they add something that isn't Land Scepter for Britain, there will be hell. Hi, Apog. How are you? Hey, Cougat. You doing well? Hopefully you're both vibing. Yeah, to this side. I haven't played Ground in a while. I forgot which map side I was on. Hello, hi. Many hellos today. Well, good to hear you guys are doing well. I think my brain has melted in such a way where the heat isn't affecting me as hard anymore, just because my neutral state is already dying. Either that or whichever nerves are responsible for sensing heat have just melted. Grinding for the F-106A, are you? Not really. The thing is, right, the only event vehicle I ever, did the grind to get... Yes, Cedric, I can see. The only event vehicle I ever did the grind for was the Italian artillery goober, because I just thought it was really funny. Like, I'm not going to grind a vehicle like that unless I think it's funny. I'm not going to grind it because it's good. I know, but it's hilarious. Like, that's the point. I didn't get it because I thought it was going to be great. I got it because I thought it was hilarious and a stupid concept. Okay, so there is a dude, but he is behind. Excuse me? Oh, shush. Not really, no. I have it too. Like, I know it's bad. I just think it's funny. Russian bias. You know, how is he already over there? Nice driving, Germany, man. Well, like, straight up, how did he get there that fast? What the hell? Hi, Frog. How are you doing? Oh, you little bastard. Oh my god. I still don't get why that thing is there already. There are multiple tanks around here. Tell me nobody could have stopped them getting there. Of course he died. Oh wait, no, that's something else. BMD better be fucking dead. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, isn't it great? Music is definitely louder than I expected it would be, so I'm gonna have to turn that shit the fuck down. I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue what's going on right now. Oh, there he is. Okay. You know, today is the day of TF2 music. Or more so in general. I grew up on, like, all the good old days of TF2 content. Not really old days. To be fair, it took a fuck ton of time for the proper guide, like the Lazy Purple videos to be finished, but you get my point. I've decided that I prefer the vibe of TF2's music over generic Nintendo stuff. Oh. Shooty shooty. Damn it! Why did it take so long to repair? Alright, well, I get the feeling Cedric's probably dead soon. Is gonna be a menace for... Okay, could you explain to me what the acronym means? I'm not saying it in case you're gonna just say it's like titty or some shit. But no, I know for a fact that, like, the missiles are gonna be interesting. Oh, top tier. Why do you really need to abbreviate top tier? It's got the same amount of syllables as TT. Top tier. I mean, I guess if you're writing, it's less. Fair enough. Whatever, moving on. Is it though? Okay. Top tier. Do you count top? Okay, what do you count as top tier? Because for me, top tier is the tippy top. Everything, the best stuff. The Eurofighters, the whatever Russia gets, I forget it by name. I think it's the Su-33. Stuff like that. Thermals and up. Okay, see, I call that high BR. Just to try and keep, or like high tier. Just to try and keep those ideas separate, because I enjoy playing 10 and 11.0. 12.0 is a bitch. It depends, like, genuinely, the top of top tier is a completely different experience. I'm guessing Cedric dead. Either that or it's just not showing me him. Nope. Cedric dead. Understood. I feel like where you draw that line, though, is fully dependent on, like, what you view as being major changes to vehicles. Some Tennos are so ugly. Most Tenno are really ugly. Cedric, haven't you anti-air yet? He said he might have soon. Today, I'm gonna get rank 5 with Venus. Let's go. Hell yeah. Mainly because it goes from 9.3 to 10. Yeah, and then you're left with shitty vehicles. Right. Just to flex on Cedric, I'm gonna bring the vehicle he's currently unlocking. Just mine has a worse hull, but that's besides the point. I have the Marksman. It's hot ass. Oh, I forgot. Silver lines are a problem sometimes. I'm so used to being so much slower on research than silver lines that I forgot that sometimes you actually, like, when you buy the tank, you need to buy the tank. My brain was just like, oh, you unlock it, so you have that. Not how that works. Oh yeah, also cool thing. In the background to the camo I published, if you combine the two versions, one of them being my original yellow, and then there's another one I made with color options, there's like 500 to 600 people in-game driving around with the skins that I made for vehicles, and somebody even requested if they're allowed to copy all the config file things that I had to change, so that they can make their own universal skins. It is very, very cool. Also, no, I refuse. Jupiter. Very interesting browser, that. Lets you access deeper layers of the onion. God damn it. I get what you mean, though. You're struggling on one of the Spectres. Am I the only person who found those really easy? Oh, you dumbass. Let's risk it for the biscuit, chat. We are aware of the existence of vehicles over here. Well, whatever was over there is now dead, so that's very neat. That was surprisingly okay. Well, yeah, it's a ghost of a warframe, basically. So it isn't going to be as weak as, like, normal enemies. What is it, okay, what is it called? Yeah, I got to 9.0 ground, and it's like I hit a... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, some BRs will fly past you, and I don't just mean lower BRs, I mean some BR brackets, you just get good lineups, and it feels like you just grind through the tech tree at high speed. And then you have other BRs. Like bottom BR friends, which is bottom BR. And it still feels like I've been there for years. Because the lineup is that bad. Really, the Valkyr one? Damn. Yeah, like, when you have good vehicles, you blitz the tech tree. When you don't, like me currently in the Swift is very fast. But the guns are low fire rate compared to what everyone else gets. And it turns like a school bus. Unless you're at a very specific, and I do mean specific, there's a 50km/h window where you have an almost bearable turn rate. Is the brand of this fucking excavator just shovel? Well, someone at Gaijin's creative, Jesus. Couldn't even come up with a parody of a real company, just call the fucking thing shovel. Are you fucking kidding me right now? That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. No, I've fought F-104s. They turn better. You don't understand how badly the F1 version of the Swift turns. At least the F7 one gets the worst missile in the game, so it's kind of funny in that way. And it's a little faster, has an afterburner, and turns better. But the F1 variant is so garbage. I thought it would help me, because I've been having issues where the Meteor and the Vampire are too slow. They're unusable because they can't catch anything, so I'm like, okay, I'll take the Swift. The Swift is fast enough, but it can't fucking turn and kill anything. Why can I not just get a plane that turns well and can keep up? The F-86 can do that, but I can't. The thing is, even at its optimal speed, the Swift still gets outturned by everything else. That's what bothers me. The plane has no real sweet spot. It just kind of hates you. At least, if the internet's gonna be bad, at least make it be always the same level of bad. I get what you mean, I've had it. I'd rather have low frame rate than stuttery frame rate. I will still say, I'm really struggling to figure out which lines on the texture I want to get, because the Eurofighter one is an obvious one. It's like the best aircraft Britain gets. It'd be stupid to go for the Tornado, but that, ooh. Okay. Seriously? Bruh. What did I do? Why the fuck is it the second you're in a game with me it goes to shit? Bitch. Got him. In Geens it was fine, good even with 11 others on the same network. Buys most as the Swiss Hunter. Really? Because I'm really looking forward to the Hunter when Britain actually gets something usable. So if you're saying it's really, really annoying to fight, that's a good thing for me, not a bad thing. Now that sounds like you've got some really, really inconsistent internet. Jesus. You have the SPAA? Hell yeah. Nice. Alright, hold on. I need to figure out what the fuck's going on here. Bold. So not even that far. Like far, but not super far. In the mountains. Okay, yeah, fair. Really? The SRAMs? From what I know, the SRAMs are bad, but if you're saying they're good, again, I got something to look forward to. I do know that they're very short range is the issue with SRAMs, unless they're different missiles on the Swiss one. If so, fuck. I have nothing to look forward to. Look, it ain't perfect, but it'll hold. It held. The red tops are very good. Ooh! Okay. Red tops show up on other British aircraft, but not that one, as far as I'm aware. Britain only gets SRAMs on the Hunter. So yeah, you do. They get better missiles. Of course they do. Oh, okay, so that's very good. Nice to know. Yeah, for once cylinders dropped by. There's a leopard around here somewhere, apparently. Fuck knows where. But somewhere. He's hiding. He's sneaky. Why'd you call him Nougat? Why y'all gotta be like that? Or motherfucker just joins the call. Sorry, the call. Joins the fucking stream. Immediately first thing it's called a nougat. What the fuck actually is nougat? Because, like, I've learned what American nougat is, but it's actually apparently a completely different thing, so what the fuck? What the hell is European nougat actually made of? Are you sure? I feel like it's got to be something more than that. That feels too simple of an explanation. Overly dramatic music for parking. Hazelnut cream? Sounds accurate enough, I guess. It's just, I find that kind of weird. Do that more often and your life will be easier, I guess. I don't know. Ow. Yeah, I should have expected that. Okay. Hold on, we need to get the big fat boy out here. This is taking a while. Okay, we have lost Cedric to the fearful, terrible thing that is French internet. Mixture of cocoa and hazelnuts with the white form often being French in. Okay, we have learned a thing. I had a feeling it had hazelnut in it, but I thought that it tasted different enough that it couldn't have just been hazelnut. I dare you, peek me, you son of a bitch. Bomb? Missile? No, just a miss. Fucking Gepard! Nice! Good shit, Cougat. And it's over. And we lost. Pain. Oh yeah, Cedric, quick thing. I've been testing. We have a few extra things that I added today on the Space Engineers world. I've been preparing everything because my brain is super hyped for Space Engineers 2 full release, so there's a bunch of stuff. And hopefully it'll turn out cool. There's a couple things that I don't know what mod added them, and I'm trying to figure it out because I'm trying to remove them. But there are a large amount of cockpits that were added, which is always my thing that bothers me when it comes to building stuff, is there's no good options for like a mining ship or something. Hey, Baron 18.6k, is that a threat? What you trying to threaten me with there, huh? Someone here is being a little ominous. Ow. Something that's at 20,000. Is that still Chicken Invaders? We haven't had one in so long. Cedric just hasn't used his points, and he's like the only one who gathers enough points to do stuff like that. So, like, the big channel point redeems haven't happened in ages. Because everyone else just spends them too often for them to be able to get to that point. No, that is not a request, Cedric. Don't. I'd rather you didn't. Yeah, no, Cedric has not spent channel points in any amount over, I think it was 1,000 for a stream, in months. Actually, over a year now. I don't know what he's saving for. Yeah, like, no one spends channel points anymore. Swede detected. I hate that thing. No. I've talked about this. Absolutely fucking not. Hell no. It was never... No! We've talked about this. It's not happening. I still have air target belts. I meant to have ground target belts equipped for this. Okay. Radar off. The radar does nothing. It's 1 kilometer range. It's basically pointless. All it does is make the radar warning receiver give them warning. No. Let's leave it at it's not coming back. Do not request it. There are reasons? No. A line is drawn. This isn't like a haha no. No, this isn't like a no. Watch this bad boy turn. And here's the sweet spot. You see that? That's a turn. I hate this thing sometimes so heavily. To be fair, that was also intentionally stupid because okay. Flying this thing gives me depression. That is the only way I could explain it. It is just the most miserable experience. As nothing fucking works. You turn, it doesn't. You have to book a turn 3 months in advance and then wait for it to get approved. And it only turns well at such a high speed, it's basically impossible to actually do that. I dived yeah, I know. I wasn't blaming the plane for that part. I'm blaming the plane for turning badly and me not wanting to fly it. I flew at him because I was like, if I kill him, I kill him. If I don't, I'm free. I don't think you guys understood the objective there. It wasn't kill him. It was possibly kill him, but mainly try and end the suffering. What took you guys so fucking long? He's not moving. How do I get a new warframe without spending money? What do you mean by getting a new warframe? A prime warframe? It has to be the one in rotation. If you mean in general, if you look at the market, that's okay, hear me out. There's an option to buy the blueprint or to it'll tell you where you can get the blueprint. Just go there, get the parts, get the materials, and then you can make them. And all the materials tell you where to get them. Nice one, dumbass. Why is he still there? But yeah, no, that is how you do it. Or you can just Google it. That might sound like it's a non-answer, but genuinely, Google will always give you a decent answer on where you can get a thing. As much as fandom is shitty, the fandom wiki is a lot easier and has a lot better information usually with, you know, more accessibility as well. But usually there's a mission type you can do to get blueprints for them. There are a few warframes that are more of a pain in the ass. Like you have, for example, Gyre, for whom you have to go to a place that you don't know about yet. Or frames like Harrow, which you can only get really late. But a lot of frames you can get early. The earliest, as far as I'm aware, is either Vauban, you get him from the Nightwave, or Kome, who you get on Earth. And if you ever need to go somewhere where you can't go yet, you just bully somebody who's further into the game to bring you to that planet so you can get your materials. It basically strips out all the ants from fandom while leaving the info redirects you to the community wiki. Not a bad idea. AMX30. Look at him. Majestic. I wish I was in that thing right now, honestly. Look at the gun separation on mine. I'd rather be in a French tank, and that's sad. Okay. Well, that went exactly how I expected. So Vauban good? I personally really like him. Again, the thing about warframes, right? There's warframes that are really good, but that doesn't mean you'll like them. For context, my favorite warframe so far is Gyre. Gyre is really fun for me, but a lot of other people complain that Gyre is unfun and unplayable for them. It fully depends on what type of frames you enjoy. You have stuff like nukers, who will clear an entire room just with abilities. But you also have like weapons platform frames, which boost the shit out of their guns. Or you have stuff like Kalerva, which is a nuke frame that boosts weapons. Or Gyre is also a bit of a hybrid in that way. You also have crowd controllers, who will stop an entire group of enemies and entirely remove their armor so they're one-hittable. You have a lot of options. You have to figure out what you enjoy. Well, yeah, honey, it's because you're stinky. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Right, my random loadout, I'm gonna quickly make a... Let's do a 10-point something loadout. Alright. 1 second, chat, I'm not allowed to have pee. Yeah. Personally, I'd say out of the beginning frames, Volt is the best, then Mag, then Excalibur. Excalibur isn't bad, he's just, you know, a melee frame. And one of the biggest things that affects it is range. Your range decides a lot. Shorter range frames will just struggle in general. Okay, what are we bringing from South Africa? I don't have this. Do we bring? We bring. You have to make sure to use this Exalted Weapon, which is his 4 ability. But yeah, I know what you mean. There are definitely some things that are a little difficult. Again, you've limited yourself mostly to melee. Melee can be very strong, but it does take more work. Yeah, no, by the way, chat, fuck the plane. We're not using this thing. This thing ass. Actually, the research wasn't bad. But it's ass. Nah. We're taking a heli. I have a helicopter to research, and I almost have 8 Hellfires to yeet. I went from one-shotting everything to being the one getting one-shotted in an hour. Yeah, modding is very important, so your mods matter a lot. The thing about Warframe, it's got a lot of aspects that you have to get a hang of very early. Like, there's a lot of systems. All the systems are simple, but there's like 5,000 of them, and that's what makes the game kind of difficult for beginners. Okay. That is a whole can of worms. That is the one place where it's both... Ow. It's both very simple, but also a pain in the ass, because the beginnings are you have to learn what status effects are and how they combine, because you can have, like, for example, cold and toxic makes viral, which is by far one of the best. But genuinely, just have a look at what other people do. Make sure to harass Vessel specifically, because he has the most time out of everyone we know. And ask him, hey, does this look okay? And over time, you'll sort of get a sense of, this is kind of weird, or this is kind of useless to have. One of the best tips I can give you, though, is shield gating is a great way of increasing survivability. It's the idea of after your shield gets broken, you're invincible for a moment. So as long as your shield can recharge fast enough over and over again, you can't really die. It is a very strong method. It's what keeps my Gyre with less than 500 total health alive. Cold and Toxin? I personally prefer Toxin and Electric, though. That gives you Corrosive, which melts armor. Like, each of the status effects has its own effects, and then you mix them and you have other effects. And those effects are usually stronger unless they're Magnetic and Blast. Do not build for Magnetic and Blast. I made the mistake of building for Magnetic early, and it was, it's bad. It does nothing. When I say that, I mean it. Magnetic is almost useless. Let's have a look here. Radiation and Viral. Those are good. Radiation makes enemies attack each other. Not bad. Viral increases the amount of damage an enemy takes. Both are very strong. The radiation status effect is really interesting. If an enemy can do radiation, can technically enable friendly fire. Which is very funny. Because, in theory, if it's friendly, Grendel can eat it. Meaning there is a way you can eat someone's dog in an actual mission. Magnet is bullshit. Cold is fine. Heat is very good. Toxin is good. Basically any mix with toxic in it is already good. The only ones there are viral, corrosive, and gas. All of three of which are fairly strong. Then you have, on the combined ones, radiation is decent. Other than anything with toxin. Blast is near you. What are you doing here? No, there are other things you can do. There are heavy attacks as well. Which, heavy attacks, in case you're wondering, do more damage. And they use up your combo meter. He's literally too close. Get him! Get him! No. You have definitely mistaken that text. Also, it increases it for the amount of stacks of it you have. The more you stack an effect, the more effective it is. It doesn't just straight up in one stack increase it by that much. That would be incredibly overpowered. Nope, he is gone. Why is he still here? What do I buy with Nightwave credits? So you go into, I think it says offerings or something for the Nightwave, and you can buy things from there directly. A lot of them are pretty good. Like, you can literally buy all the blueprints for Vauban there. There's also a lot of mods you can get off of there, some cosmetics. The end game of Warframe is making your Warframe look cool. Not lying, very serious. That is what everyone ends up doing, is just making them look as cool as possible. No, same thing, Cedric. You didn't have to correct yourself there. No one's gonna disagree. Right, chat, y'all ready for this? What is thermals again? Oh, there we go. Wait a second. I have these. What are you?
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Okay. Where are hostiles? Damn it.
Most of the zones are under enemy's control.
Let me see, damn it. Got him. You can be taken to planets by other players.
Attention to the map. If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
I can fly this home. was pretty okay, though. Alright, hold on, let me just... Music paused. GG's, but also, hell yeah. Good job in a heli for once. You just need a control module? Hell yeah. I will warn you, it is impossible to make base Vauban look good. Don't try. I promise you it's not worth trying. The Prime version can look sick. The base version is by far one of the hardest. He's not one of the ugliest frames. He's one of the most difficult to style because too much of him changes color per recoloring. Oh, you think that? You think that you don't know yet. Trust me, eventually it will hit you. And you will make them... Oh shit, you will spend a bunch of time making them all look cool. You don't know it yet, but trust me, it'll happen. Honey, are you okay? What the fuck was that? Ooh, this guy got me a nuke, so he gets the nuke skin. Just a bit more yellow, it's not super fancy. You already have one? You already have one. Good. But yeah, we're getting some heli research done today, and we're getting some ground research done to get the Badger. Although I will say, the second the Land Scepter is available, I'm grinding the Land Scepter. Cedric, anyone else who's joining me will suffer. I'm getting the Land Scepter. You have no idea how bothered I've been by how shit British top tier anti-air is. Like, I don't even talk about it nearly as much as I think about it, and trust me, I already talk about it a lot. Getting something as good as Land Scepter is going to be a game changer, because in theory, as long as they don't give us only normal cam missiles and they give us cam ER, not LR, LR is way too much range, but the ERs, which, by the way, the modern British Land Scepter system does fire, we should have the best, or at least on par with Germany, anti-air. In theory, it should be better, though, because it doesn't go straight up. It's a cold launch and then points, meaning it has a much shorter minimum range for a target. Also, the launch looks a lot cooler. Ouch. Why is the fuck so loud now? Fucking damn it. Woo! Get me the fuck out of here. Okay, British systems, the thing is, a lot of them do just inherently look cool, but for good reasons. The launch system going up and then turning the missile is also specifically to reduce the minimum range, and because it's a cold launch, it also reduces wear and tear on the launcher tubes and stuff. It has good reasons. It's not just for it looking cool. That's just a bonus. Can I use scanners from my Arcwing? You should be able to, yes. Wait, I should be able to. I don't know if this is still possible. Hold on, chat. You're gonna get to see a secret spot that I think might still be possible for this thing. Can I get over there fast enough is the question. Alright, so what we do... I don't know of many vehicles that can go up here, but I know this is one of the top, or I think the only top tier SPA that are one of the only ones fast enough to actually pull this off. So first you have to go here. Otherwise you don't get enough time. And then you go up here. Told you. Goated little spot for an anti-air on a map like this. Oh, this is horribly skylining. I'm not going to deny that part, but if you can show me one other way you could actually see over these rocks, I'd love to hear it. Because the thing is, you can see a lot from up here, and yet no one actually really notices you, which is really weird. Oh, yeah, no, he noticed. Yeah, no, they noticed. Fine. Fucking playing against Russia with all of them having their fucking X-ray shit on. God. Annoying as hell. No, hear me out, right? Every time I've used that spot on this map in that vehicle, no one's noticed until at least multiple planes have been shot down. I genuinely mean it, because the thing is, in TF2 there's a common saying, is that 90% of players never look up. Even more true in this, because you'd think they'd look up because of planes, but no one does unless they're an anti-air. And if they're an anti-air, they're looking higher. If they're on the ground, they're looking lower. No one ever actually spots things like that until they're already dead, or unless they know that spot exists. Yeah, the same has been happening to the US for a while now. But you know, I haven't actually fully heard about the incident. What actually happened? Like, what did they specifically defend? Because I don't think Roblox were dumb enough to just straight up say one-up the pedophiles. As much as they are stupid, I don't think that's exactly how they would have phrased it. Well, that was nice. Hello to you too. That's a terrible shot by him. They're showing a vigilante that has got... Ow. Yeah, okay, fair enough. They deserve to be losing stock price. What the hell? Especially as a kids platform, this really is not a good look. To be fair though, the CEO is really rich, so he probably visited the island at least once. Actually, no, he wouldn't have been rich back then. Never mind. That was after the island closed for business. So they knew. Get out my way, bitch. That was clean. How does one cook security? I don't fucking know. Hi, Puma. He's gonna be mad. I would be too. I'm willing to bet you he doesn't even realize that enemies can drive into that area. Oh, the chef of security. That's what I got so lost. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's just cooking for the security. The fuck do people in security eat? Raw chicken? I don't know why I went with raw chicken, but you know what? Funnier. I'm gonna stick with it. Raw chicken. Nice whiff, jackass. Oh, Swiss Hunter. Nice. Donut holes, they get the cop leftovers. Fucking a great joke there, Kook. That really is just a fucking badoomts. French music? Thank you, thank you. You know, that does not deserve, like, applause, that just deserves a... I wish my drum kit was hooked up to my PC, because then I would have spent an awkward 5 minutes hooking everything up just to play a badoomts on the actual kit back there. It's an electronic kit, not a physical kit, but still. The point would have carried over. Let's have a look. How much left? Not a lot, but also a lot. I will just say, when we get those missiles, when we get full Hellfires, everyone is going to get a Hellfire. That's gonna be nice. I'm still trying to figure out which plane to actually look forward to on Britain. Hey Cougar, are there any aircraft that you've noticed fighting against is a pain in the ass? Because right now everything American is so fucking hard to kill. At least for me. Better guns, better maneuverability, same top speed. Oh well, slightly lower top speed than my Swift, which doesn't really matter if the second I have to turn to actually hit them, I just can't. Like, I lose head-ons where you fly at each other straight because I can't turn. Like, it won't pitch up hard enough to account for the fucking drop-off change. That level of mad. How is the BMD-4M so ridiculously fast? Ooh, shit. Ow. Okay, a premium. Great. That only says good things for how I'm gonna do. So yeah, I've heard the premium's good. That's the only one I know is decent at the BR range I'm in. Yeah, 4 missiles. They can be red tops. It turns pretty well and has a good radar. And it's fast. Only issue it runs into is against gunfighters. It's a very large target. Where is the Merkava? Of course. But okay, so the one plane that I have a chance is the one plane I will never get. This is sad news. Yeah, no, I get that. It's just sad the first thing that comes to mind is a premium. I wish it was a tech tree. Oh! Oh damn! That was a lot more violent than I expected for some reason. Like, that hit him a lot faster than I expected it to. Javelins are kind of like the F3H. Okay, the Javelin, which would mean researching the Meteor line next, which... not something I was planning on doing. I already have one of them, so I guess I could try and get the one after it. I did see the Javelin. It gets, missiles. And 4 guns. Which are Aidens. Which are kind of so bad. The only reason the Hunter's Aidens can get away with it is you get 4 of the fucking things. Oh, he's already dead. Oh. Yeah, I thought so. This goes on Lightning F6, which is like an F104, but Delta... What? The Lightning is a Delta Wing? Okay. I don't think the Lightning's a Delta Wing, but yeah, it does get 2 red tops. And instead of red tops, the Javelin gets fire streaks. Thank God they're not fire flashes, or I would have roped myself. But okay, so Javelin might be decent. Lightning is very fast. I'm having less and less to look forward to, sadly. Well, at least the Javelin gets to be a Delta Wing. The thing is, the Javelin is huge. Whoop. Fuck. Okay, so it has a it turns sharp but bleeds speed, so it has bad energy conservation then. Is that because they turn well or because they turn bad? It shouldn't turn too amazingly, but also it should. It's like, it's a massive Delta Wing, but also it's a humongous target, so it really depends. Turn great, bleed speed very quickly. Ah, okay. So not good for sustained turn fights. That was an A10, wasn't it? Get him! Oh my god, it almost got him. Hold on. Woo! Shit! Oh! Get fucking slapped! Oh, we're crashing. We're crashing. We're so dead. Yep. Single turn, then run away means the fight gets extended. Fair. Okay. The way I'd play it, and this is going to sound like it's really shitty tactics to deal with, since it gets missiles, fly in, only go for head-ons, and anything else just chuck a missile at it. If you get the free kill, cool. If you don't, you're still fast enough and have the sudden turn rate that you can kind of just run away. See, you'd think the Swift is good in a one-turn fight, but it's just not. Yeah, that, or, and I do mean that, it could work if you're dealing with like something like a bomber, and you're just flying past, throw a missile at it, quickly keep going, and if it gets the kill, you have something to be happy about. If it doesn't, you're not really surprised. We are not with Russia. That means helicopter rush. That means this was a good choice. It's infrared, so rear only. Infrared doesn't mean rear only, but rear aspect means rear only. Technically speaking, like, I don't know, an AIM-9M or an AIM-9L is still also infrared, but they're much more sensitive and intelligent, so they can kind of see that. All parts of a plane get warm. Definitely warmer than the background. But yeah, no, I know what you mean, don't worry. Yeah, in that BR range, yeah. Actually, no. Have you ever heard of the Sky Flash? Great British invention, the Sky Flash. Not a radar missile. Fuck the Sky Flash. Really? You think it's good? The Sky Flash is absolute... Or no, sorry, not Sky Flash. Wrong name, sorry, I said the wrong missile. The Fire Flash. Wrong missile. Because there's fire streaks and fire flashes. And I was like, okay, so no? You mean the very, very, like, literally known as the worst missile in the game at 8.7, while, like, stuff like the Javelin gets fire streaks. It's just good for, like, head-ons, and that's really it, because it flies where the nose is pointing. I mean, basically, yeah. I'm not saying they're good, I'm saying they're funny. Again, I like vehicles that are funny, so that when they work, it's like, hell yeah. Instead of vehicles that should be good, that aren't. Like the Swift used to be good, and now the Swift is unusable. Literally got outturned by a Canberra the other day. That shit hurt. Especially because that was at my optimum speed, which means the Canberra at the same speed outturns the Swift. Isn't that fucking tragic? I get outturned by a strategic bomber. Regularly. The IL-28 is a close match. The fucking IL-28 is a close match. I just don't think it should even be close. One is an interceptor fighter built to fucking attack bombers, and it can't outturn a bomber. It's like the one thing it has to be more maneuverable than. Now it's not like, oh, the Russian bombers are more maneuverable. The plane that the Swift would be compared to turns better than it. Literally, the Canberra with 4 guns is a better vehicle for killing other aircraft. You know what, chat? Fuck this. We're gonna try air, and I want to show. And maybe if somebody knows, it's like Goon's going at the good guy, fighting him one at a time, bruh. I'm jealous that he got around, like... Seriously! You cannot change vehicles for a locked crew. Are you fucking kidding me? Why? Why am I not allowed to? I just want to play some air instead. I don't want to play ground anymore. I don't really care if the other ones get swapped. I just want to swap this slot, but I guess whatever. I don't want to deal with changing that. Right. So, issues with British aircraft at this BR summarized. Kinda slow, but turns really well. Too slow for catching anything, though. Way too slow, but can outturn everything. Like, best turning aircraft at its BR, but it's so monumentally slow it can't catch anything. Very fast, however, can't fucking turn. The numbers don't tell how bad it is. Oh, okay, good timing there, TF2 music. This one I think is better. A, fire flash funny. And also, it honestly might be a decent option for head-ons, because it makes you have to be less accurate. Also, upgrade on this Swift. Afterburner means big power boost. Also, look at them wings. Different. Still has the pointless radar, though. Wait, what? Why? What the hell? Hold on. Pause. Why did they move the... Okay. The guns. I don't know if you can see that line in the panel work there. On the right side where the gun is. The gun used to be left and right. Why are they both on the right now? What the hell? Why would I want that? They didn't make space for anything. What's the fucking reasoning? Why? It's very random. But right, in that case, based on what you've said, I might be better off. The thing is, I really wanted to do this line and this line. And then going for the Hunter and the Jaguar. Jaguar should be fun because it's a 9.7, but it gets AIM 9Gs. Ooh la la, missiles. The Hunter, on the other hand, does get missiles eventually. This one's the first one to get missiles, but it gets SRAMs. SRAMs are incredibly short range. 2 kilometer launch range. Hunter F1 is annoying. It turns well, from what I know. It does not turn well. What the hell? What? Is it just fast? It's not even that much faster, though. What is it? Okay, anyway. Javelin should be fun, though, hopefully. Look at this big boy. It's fucking huge. Like, look at the size of the dudes compared to the aircraft. Huge amount of Aiden cannons, though. 2 angled engines, but angled the wrong way for countering... Okay, anyway. Engines. Harrier looks fun. Scimitar looks like it could be. On the Javelin? It has 4 Aidens. You know what's even funnier? You can take them out. It is an option to have the guns in the vehicle. It doesn't give you anything, by the way, for taking them out, so I personally don't see why you'd remove the guns. Like, that seems counterintuitive, but yeah. It has guns. 4 of them. They're just in the wings. Oh, there are 2 Phantoms. What does the Naval Phantom get? Yeah. Planes like that struggle in head-ons. Said the Lightning is decent. It's a 9.3 with a massive speed boost over everything else. And yeah, red tops. Where is the gun, though? This looks like an American plane to me, I will say. Oh. The belly lump is the guns. But no, this does not look British. Like, compare that and the Phantom to something like the Hunter, the Harrier, the Buccaneer. They all have a specific aesthetic. Britain never did those nose cones. This, the Lightning, just doesn't look British. Yeah, I don't like it. It's very ugly. Also, I see what you mean. It has the delta wing angle. They literally just cut out these slits here. It might be worth getting the Meteor Mark IV then. And then getting the Javelin. Part of me also just wanted to jump straight to the Harriers, though. Right. Air. Y'all ready to see how bad I am at air, but also how bad this plane is? Yeah, the Meteor turns well. Yes, it does. It's just slow. That's its issue. Britain can't decide whether it wants to make their planes fast, but bad turning, or they turn great, but they're slow. There's no in between. I wish there was just a plane that had a bit of the speed and a bit of the turning, and it was average. Again, yes, Britain made a lot of very good turn fighters. Just wish they were good at other things too. Really? I will say the Meteor is the most fun jet I've flown so far that Britain gets. But you know, here we go. Y'all get to see what the Swift is like. This used to apparently be a good plane. It would turn. It would have a 20-second turn time. Now, at best, you can get it down to 25. Not particularly great. And this is, by the way, like, maxed out G tolerance and everything on my pilot. What are you doing here, F-117? You're not even good at anything. You're a good plane in real life, but not for a mission type that exists here. I know, but I just like the HE. I do know there are merits to using AP. It is a higher velocity shell as well, right? You know what, next round I'm gonna run it with AP. We'll see if that does any better, because look how slow these bullets are. Slow. Very bad. That is the biggest issue. The Aiden 25 has a higher muzzle velocity, but the Aiden 30 used on most British aircraft has a very low muzzle velocity. I might get used to it, but yeah. I might swap to AP, honestly. I'm just hoping the higher muzzle velocity helps. Like, that's my main goal with that. But no, time to do the one thing this plane does well. Go fast in a perfectly straight line. I do mean that. That is this plane's one party trick. Its listed top speed is a lie. It goes much faster than 985. I've seen it go like 1050. Pretty easily. Like, no effort, really. It just takes a while to get there. And by a while, I don't even mean like a long time. It's just a bit longer than you would normally be running away from something. See, at this speed, this is its optimal turning speed. 800. Can't really enter a turn fight at 800s effectively. This thing's optimal turning speed is about 800 kilometers an hour. I'm not bullshitting you. You drop below that and your turning becomes horrible. Like, the second you enter a turn fight for any sustained amount of time, you're at about 500, and that is possibly its worst turning radius. There she goes. We are going very fast though, so I can accept this one. Wake up. Yeah, no, he gave up. Right choice. That's the one thing I can do is run away. Oh. Oh, okay. So this is already over. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up! Engine was off. I literally couldn't do anything. Yeah, no, my team was just gone. Wait, hold on. What missile? AIM 9D. Great. I don't even have flares. All I can do to try and avoid a missile like that is maneuver and turn off the engine. Neither of which helped me there. Bad. Stupid plane. Only playing it because spading bonus. The second this is done, I'm going back to the fucking Meteor, because at least I can play that plane in peace. Hold on, let me show what the turning performance is like. Because I don't think you guys got a clear actual picture of what this thing is like to fly. Alright, let's dive a bit just to build speed. There we go. Okay. So we're flying at a reasonable speed to be going somewhere, right? And we turn. And it turns. And it's fine, right? This isn't the greatest turning circle ever, but it's doable and it retained energy well. Now let's imagine a sustained turn fight. And we hit that magical number of 0 turn. This is not a turning circle that I am particularly excited about. Because remember, in test drive, vehicles fly a bit better. This is not exactly a turning rate that you're like, hell yeah. You want to see what I call a good turning rate? Let me get my 7.3, one entire BR lower, Meteor for a second. No, okay, hold on. You're gonna have to clarify because I'm fucking stupid. Which part do you mean with that? They don't? Oh. I don't know. Maybe it's set to fucking... whatever. Is it realistic? I don't fucking know, man. But look. Meteor turn. Even at low speed, this is a fucking turning circle. Look at that shit go. And this is at lower speed. Lower speed turns worse in almost every vehicle. So fine, let's build up to the same speed that thing was going, just to be more fair. It was going about 550. Which this will take a bit longer to get there, to be fair. And now we turn. Look at that! They're not even close! Also, it's not just because of how the plane actually maneuvers, it's because it's optimal conditions. In an actual round, you'll be at more weird angles. You can't just pick an angle so specifically. Hence, you'll still turn better in test drives than actual rounds, since you don't have to worry as much about everything that's around you. Optimal conditions and all that. But the difference in turning circles is just not okay. I've gone from some of the best turn fighters to debatably one of the fucking worst. This thing is just depressing. It's I have no words to explain how bad this thing is to fly. Also, you have to turn off this useless shitty radar anyway. And I've set it to be off by default, and it isn't. Yeah, that, Vixen, better, wish. Sadly, can't. This is 9 point something. Shit. Because lightning, javelin, sea vixen. I know these planes, they're all higher BR. Swift F7 is still funny. I'm still curious how bad those missiles are. Look how much faster he is. And he gets missiles, and he turns better. He's going to crash. Somehow didn't crash. Genuinely, my best way of killing anything in this is just head-on bombers. That is my only method of killing stuff in this thing, is head-ons. And you know what's funny? The guns are so low velocity, you don't win a head-on. Ever. I don't get why it's so bad. Like, I call bullshit on its classification as a fighter. This is an interceptor at best. Calling it a fighter is just an insult to fighters and also this aircraft. Which, to be fair, the way it works in this game is an insult to the aircraft, but that's besides the point. That it was the fastest aircraft of its time. For a decently long time. And it's now up against more modern designs than itself. We can ignore that part. He's down a wing. We're not going to catch him at an angle like this because we can't turn hard enough. Oh, way too high. Oh, God. Yeah, this is what happens when you lose one and only one rear control surface, by the way. It goes from almost tolerable turning to what the hell is this? Isn't that wonderful? Nope, can't follow that. At all. No shot. That one bullet, literally, look, I don't know if you can see. There isn't even a bullet hole in that. Was significant enough that I am now unable to turn. Not even like slight turns. This barely classifies as a fucking turn. Also, yeah, the flaps are the air brakes. This thing doesn't get air brakes. Oh my god, those were actually very effective. Holy shit. Can we just point out how fucking fast those slowed us down, and also the fact they didn't rip? Those took us from going from here to there now to do other stuff. It's gotta be. Oh my god, look at those go as air brakes. God damn. Okay. My landing gears can deploy about 450. Here she comes for the landing. I already need to land because that tiny bit of damage made us literally unmaneuverable. Oh, did not mean to press Control Tab. I'm just trying to hold Control and then press Tab separately. Wish there was a way that fucking computers could read your mind when it comes specifically to keyboard inputs to know what you're trying to do. The amount of times I've been in a game and I'm running and I want to press Tab to check the leaderboard and Steam just goes, hello, what do you want? Because Shift Tab. Why are you... I held Shift for a second there. But yeah, no. So do you want to see how much damage it takes to make this thing have to land? That one thing on the back. Everything else doesn't matter. The fact they got one tail fin is enough to force me to have to land this, because otherwise I'm screwed. Oh, we're winning. Very barely. And to be fair, my team has me, so winning is very bold to claim. We are very slightly winning. It's a 4v3. I don't count myself as being on the team. I cannot help. This plane literally has 0 positives. At least I can't think of one. And I can think of positives to the fucking Fire Flash missile, so that's saying a lot if I can't think of anything good about this thing. Top speed is not a useful quality when you don't have missiles and you can't turn. Because if you have missiles, cool, you can just fucking full send it past someone, ditch a missile on the way past them, and then just keep running away, and they can't do anything about that. Cool. I have to try and go into a head-on with an enemy I know has better guns. That's not like I think they have better weapons. I know they have better weapons. Like, as a guarantee, look at these. Not super high fire rate compared to the others, which, by the way, they're still an upgrade over what I had before. And also, slow. Low velocity. I forgot to change to the other belts, and it won't let me change that. At least fucking ground lets you change stuff like that midair, so you don't make that mistake again. What friendly is over there? Oh, it's a fucking it's a saber, just German, fighting for his goddamned life. Right, let's go do the one thing we can do. Respond quickly. Not effectively, but very quickly. If they land, I'm a very effective weapon. Because the guns do a lot of damage if you can hit something. Oh my god, he got 2 of them. Don't do too well. I want a kill. I want to have contributed. Please tell me he's gonna go to land. That's the one thing I can do. I can stay low and show up fast enough. Missiles can't really hit me effectively, so I can strafe stuff on the runway. Right, go, go, go. We cannot let the Saber get it. Yeah, the Su-70 is a strike aircraft. The Saber is only slightly slower. Are you kidding me? Come on, F-86, fuck off. This is like my one chance. To any fucking god that's unlucky enough to exist in a religion, I will yell slurs with how shit this Wi-Fi is. Fair enough. What happened? I know internet being bad, but what in particular? I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. Come here. You bitch. Get over here. Yeah, I can't turn like that. Come on, damn it. I wish I had missiles. I wish I could turn. I wish for many things. However, none of them I can get because this game sucks. I sounded like I was going to do a poem, but I couldn't think of a word. I will earn, I guess, I thought of, but that was just not great. Getting the better cannons, and then I need something to make me mildly less depressed. So up to an aircraft that actually does something at its BR. My helicopters are more combat capable at this BR. My 8.3 helicopter would probably have more fun. Nah, that's a little overkill, but still. It's rough. You know what, let's give the ground target belts on the Meteor a try. We get 4 20 mils. Lower fire rate, I think. But they're also center mounted, which is nice. So you'll see in a second. Yeah, she starts rolling slow. Guns are... Get out the way. Guns are mounted like that. And this is by far the most fun jet I have. See how I'm not massively faster or massively slower than everyone else? See, that's fun. Because then I can actually, you know, do things. There we go. We also have a bit of wet, which gives us more power, which is nice to work with. There's also no missiles at this BR, which is nice because I don't have countermeasures on any of my aircraft. I also don't have my own missiles on any of my aircraft, so, you know, very nice. And look, we're middle of the pack. We're not too fast. We're not too slow. Well, we are a little too slow, but not much. Compared to usual, this is a reasonable amount of too slow. And I know for a fact, unless there's a vampire here, nothing turns better than me. I am yet to lose a turn fight against an opponent, unless I get third-partied. In this thing specifically. In other aircraft, obviously, in the Swift, many, if not most, turn fights have been a loss. But in this thing, out of the ones where no one third-partied me, I have not lost one. This thing is that good. Why is it so zoomed in? Jesus. I mean, I guess I zoomed in. Oh yeah, on the topic of bad internet and War Thunder, I have a clip to show you guys later of the biggest bullshit I've ever seen. I was in my Swift and I got a kill against the Japanese Saber. Very difficult to have done. But the game, I swear to God, Gaijin were watching and tried to take it from me by making him have bad internet. I don't think if somebody else has bad internet that they should glitch around on my screen. Because at that point they're getting rewarded for bad internet by becoming unshootable. Go bully the prop plane. I'll give him a fair fight because he's probably going to get only... Nope, not trying that. DM me the clip, please. It's too long of a clip. That's the thing. Like, I don't know if I can send you it. I'll show you it eventually, though. This fucking Japanese plane just unlocked UFO technology. Come here. And I'm facing this way now. Turn. Ow. God, every enemy aircraft is here. Fucking hell. Oh my god, could I just have a round where I'm allowed to turn normally? Zip file? You realize zipping a media file does not shrink it, right? It compresses groups of files and certain types of files, but MP4 is not a compressible format. Right, hold on, I need to show this clip then now. Fox, specific assets, VODs and video clips, not Warframe, War Thunder, today. This was my intro to War Thunder, by the way. This was my first round of the entire day. Hold on, let me pull up, Right, y'all can see this, right? Oh wait, hold on, I didn't transition the screens. There. Y'all can see this, right? I'm gonna hope so. So that F-86F over there on the left. I want you to pay very close attention and tell me what happens here. Watch him. He dodges up somehow. Then he... What the hell is that? What the fuck is going on? How am I meant to shoot this? Just unpredictable as hell. Whichever direction he's moving or pointing is not the direction he is. Yeah, but the thing is, it's... him having packet loss shouldn't affect how I see him. It should affect how he sees the game. It's his bad internet. Why am I punished? You get what I mean, right? Like, I shouldn't be the one suffering because he has shit internet. That seems a little unfair, doesn't it? Like, if Gaijin could explain to me what I did wrong for me to have to try and shoot that, then I'd love to hear. What was the skill issue there? Should have been fucking telepathic, and guess where you'll teleport to next? I'm not like Deadpool, I can't just look at the next fucking page of the comic book panel and figure out what the fuck's going on. Even if I did know, I don't think my plane would be able to turn hard enough to do that. Yeah, no, the fact flaps start as takeoff flaps is so bullshit, because those are literally just the air brakes. So my plane is forcefully started with air brakes on. And a radar whose only purpose is activating people's RWR and making it so I can't sneak attack. We are against America, and this is not going to be fun. Although in this plane, going against anything isn't fun. I don't think anyone has an RWR. Trust me, I'm not thinking anyone else has an RWR. I'm just saying this radar literally does nothing. Do you see what it is? It is 1 kilometer ahead, and it only tells me whether or not something's there. Look, if I press the button to lock something, it turns it off. This radar does nothing. It just tells me how far away they are if they're under 1 kilometer away. I can already see that. It's literally the most useless feature they could give me, because I can check that. Like, sure, maybe the real plane had this, and it would have helped with the guidance, like the weapon guidance and everything. But it doesn't do that in-game, so in-game it's just flat out useless. At that point, just don't give me it, it does nothing. And if you're going to give me a radar like this, give me a radar on the Lancaster, since the Lancaster had a radar. Really? Maybe good for sim. Yeah, but at that point, really? Why would you ever pick to fly sim in this thing? Okay, the P for this interior actually looks really neat. Besides the point, if I could pick any aircraft to fly in sim, why would I pick this? If I'm going to curse myself with sim, I at least want to fly something good. He gets missiles. He gets missiles. He gets missiles. What do I get? Depression. I don't get missiles. Fucking wish I got missiles. Got him! Somehow that worked. I'm gonna be honest, I originally only got this plane so I could make the joke of having a plane with radar. I didn't think, like, I thought it would be decent, but I also picked it over just focusing on getting the Venom early. Purely because I thought the radar would be funny. And it is kind of funny to say, I have a radar. Oh really? What's the range? 1 kilometer? Like, that is kind of funny. I wish I picked the Venom. Alpha Jet, please, get him. Why did it, what the why did it pitch that way? Of all directions you could have pitched, why the ground plane? I pressed a button to roll the other way and it decided to just not. Life is pain. How far am I from the next mod? That 1 kill might have gotten me it. Getting a kill on this thing is an exceptional round. I've gotten... The ground looked real attractive. Yeah, my plane just really likes the ground. Why does it have to be so fucking warm? It's the part of the year where it's meant to start getting colder. We're in August. Why is it still so warm? mean, okay. For me, it's not that bad. I have enough Silver Lions. And it's not even like getting the hang of it. It's more so, and I'm going to die on this hill. Okay, British aircraft historically have been good. Gaijin has for some reason got a bias against British players, or just Britain in general. Which, to be fair, most countries have a valid claim to that, but Gaijin as a studio doesn't. Oh yeah, this thing has a grind plate at the back, actually. I don't know why. Hold on, when we get off the ground, you'll see what I mean. You see that little panel that sort of pokes out? Go up. Plane uppy. Let me show. Go up, damn it. Zoom. See that? Watch this. It's retractable. I have no idea why. I think it's to stop tail scrapes, but like the thing is, the engine would still hit the ground, so I don't really see the point. It's non-functional for its one and only purpose. For me, the biggest issue with ARB is, again, slow start times at lower BRs as you spend too long getting to the round. And at higher BRs, the up tiers are absolutely fucking devious. I mean that. In ground, at least the up tiers are like, okay, I might not be able to kill him, but at least there's something I can do. In air RB, you only get one life. If you have to deal with an up-tiered vehicle once, at least you can avoid him next time, and you can just play another round. Here, you just straight up aren't allowed to, because if you're going up against up-tiered vehicles, you can't avoid them, because every round is separate. Meaning you can't do anything to avoid it. See, the F-104 is just fast enough he can fully ignore everything, and he has missiles and stuff, so that he doesn't even have to try and attack other things. I do not get missiles, hence I have to actively fight everything. Which we can agree sucks in this thing. At this point, I think you've seen how a round in this thing does. And we finally turned around. And can now... This thing is only good if you somehow manage to get on the 6 of a clueless player who's really bad at shaking a tail. That's what this thing is good at, because on top speed, you're not just going to run away by going in a straight line. That G91 is so about to launch a missile. That F3H did launch a missile and missed. The G91 gets the kill. I'm fine. I'm doing great, for anyone wondering. It's not like I literally couldn't have done anything there, since every part of that happened faster than I could. Ooh, fuck it. It didn't turn. I had so much time and it didn't turn. Is that a player? Scimitar launches missile. Scimitar gets kill. Burb is still left trying to catch things. Come on, J34, get over here. I'm gonna kick your ass. Get over here. Come on. Nope. Turn, damn it. I am going to lose my shit. You know what? Nah. I'm done. I have broken. I'm gonna go fucking murder their runway. I don't care if I can get back to base. Somebody is going to be injured. Because I am in a terrible mood. Literally could not catch anything. Because it does not really gain speed while turning. And even when I could, it wouldn't turn well enough to be able to aim. Not even to out-turn fight, just to aim the gun. Like that! And that was almost at our peak turning speed, by the way, that turning circle. Could the MiG please politely fuck off? You know what? No. Fuck off. I just want to play the fucking game. So this thing's meant to be fast, but it isn't as fast as them. And it doesn't get the missiles, which I know those get some missiles, at least the MiG-19 does. So I am not as fast as everything I get up-tiered to fight. In a jet that's whole upside is being fast. My guns are garbage. And I can't turn. So where's the redeeming quality? Oh, but it's got great energy retention. I could not give fewer shits about energy retention when everything is crumbling around me. Being able to sustain a turn rate isn't particularly helpful when the turn rate is fucking useless. I'd rather have shit energy retention and a very sharp initial turn. This has neither. The fuck am I retaining energy for? An impact with the ground? This is literally only good at the job of fly over somewhere, bully something bully something worse than me, and then go home quickly and do that again. Genuinely many times I've crashed this thing into the ground just to avoid having to fly it. Because I realized just how much I didn't want to have to deal with its bullshit. Okay, that was a very aggressive landing technique, but I guess it works. You know, fuck it. Belly land it. It's faster. If you ever want to turn a wheel-based landing into a belly landing, just turn really hard when your wheels are on the ground. That'll usually work. Let me guess. Round's about to end and I did nothing. I literally could have stayed out of the round and the results would not have changed. Like, literally, I did nothing, again, because I can't do anything. It doesn't turn well enough to aim at stuff. I've literally missed stationary targets that I would have hit in any other plane. Because this thing couldn't turn. If you ever want to fly an aircraft that is the genuine epitome of I see no point in even existing, this is the right aircraft. Also, if I see that guy, I don't care if he's asked to be allowed to bomb. If he's something that is capable of bombing, then that... okay. Temptation. I was so tempted to actually go for it, but I didn't. Every second is just sadness. Yay! I have better guns. If only they were attached to a different plane. How many am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of which 3 are munitions, and also in the cheap, or 4 in the cheaper category. The only expensive one is EFS. Great. I'm just getting more and more quiet as I lose my will to even try. Wow, it's an up tier again, because apparently no one... oh, you poor fucker. I don't know who's having a worse time, me or that vampire. I would kill for his turning performance, but he would kill for my top speed. I don't know which of us is more jealous. All I'm gonna say, I guess, is when the vampire gets a chance, it at least does well. When this thing gets chances constantly, but is just fumbling them repeatedly. Can you tell I'm just mentally dead now? I hope so, otherwise you are either imperceptive or just not watching, which is fair. Oh, Jesus. Hit my fucking keyboard with my mic. That's a new one. If you're wondering why we're flying at such an angle, I'm trying to catch any of the aircraft, hopefully bombers, that go for any of these bombing points. That is the desperate situation we are in. F-84 can dogfight. Shit. Turn. Wake up. Wake up. Literally can't handle a simple 180 turn. Because it over-G's too fast for that.
Attack the enemy!
And I couldn't hit him. It pulls so few Gs, it actually isn't worth doing high G maneuvers in it. Oh, go fuck yourself! That was like one of the only things I had a chance of hitting. Wait, hold on, I see him. Target spotted. Hold on. I can kill that. Seriously? Front. Head on.
Closer to victory.
What missile? Oh, aim 7. Oh, great. He gets radar missiles. It's a 9.0. Yay. I was hoping at least that thing only got thermals, or like thermals, IRs, but apparently no. It gets radar missiles at this BR. You know what, chat? I think that's it for today. I cannot take any more of this. Goodbye, chat. It was fun talking to you guys, but the game was shit.